guys, going on? Another gameplay. I'm gonna just like point this out, guys. You know what the FBI does? The FBI can do whatever they want. They can change the description on Google. They can do whatever. Why? Because they're trying to save their own ass. I already know what they do. They try to prevent people from putting them in prison. So that's the sad part, everyone. If you have no criminal record on video evidence and you register as a felon, can you bust FBI? Not prevent an arrest or a felon charge, especially if there is video evidence and an arrest record. It's different from a conviction, but if you are required to register, it means a conviction or a similar finding of guilt has occurred, which will appear on the FBI background, of course. Busting the FBI. FBI, providing wrongful action or having a conviction. Overturn requires legal action, not merely the lack of a prior record. Here is how the process generally works. Video evidence is not obsolete. While video can be damning, it can also be challenged by a defense attorney, which I got a defense, a fucking private defender, not private, public defender for this. She could do something. If it is grainy, unclear, edited, or Mr. Pretended. Okay. Challenge the case. If the video does not show the entire incident or an identification is wrong, you can fight the charge in court. Okay. The case was dismissed or you were acquired. You can sometimes have the record sealed or infrared. Law enforcement, including the FBI, can still see it for future background checks. Wrongful conviction. If you were convicted and had prior of incidents, you would need to file an appeal or seek post-conviction relief, such as a pardon. Arrest versus conviction. An arrest record shows you were suspected. Conviction means the court found you guilty. Okay. FBI record. The FBI receives in record from local and state agencies. If a state agency reports a felon, the FBI will display it. Now let's see if this changes. Shall we watch this? Look how it changed, guys. Look. See what they could do? FBI just changed it. Now, look what it says here. If you're required to register as a felon despite having no criminal history record, if you believe you have video evidence providing your incident, it is possible to challenge the record. Through the process is complex and generally requires legal counsel rather than busting the agent directly. So here's the problem. Watch this, guys. Okay? Look. This is checkpeople.com right here. This is legit, not edited. And I'm gonna just fast forward because I got this on my phone now as challenging the FBI or law enforcement. Now, as you can see right here, is this edited or is this real? It's pretty well. So, how can I have no criminal history when I registered as a felon back in 2024? Someone want to explain that to me? You were charged with murder. Did you want to kill me? In prison or jail? I got that written down. Why? Watch this. Yeah. Look at that. How can I have no criminal history if I violate? I wrote all this down. You can write all this down, okay? I'm not gonna go into detail because I'm so done. I know not. I didn't. Yeah, again, look right here. No record found. So this is kind of suspicious, guys. Nah, I'm not gonna go into details anymore. Alright? Again, getting to that point. Key points regarding the situation: the register requirements is some states such as Florida, UK may be required to register as a conviction felon if you have conviction even if adjustable is withheld. This involves I don't understand why they gotta keep switching this shit. Video evidence legitimately. While video evidence is strong, it must be verified, obviously. That's why you have a written approval. It is chain of custody must be established to admissible in court. A defense attorney is needed. Is needed to present the evidence to get a conviction overturned of a record seal, which I already have that on evidence. Challenge the record. The record is inaccurate. You must go to the judge to get certified deposit and record of exportment. Exportment record generally moved from the public view. Okay. Well. Okay. A background check. Identity history, summary background checks relies on. You know what's funny, FBI? You're still gonna be busted for this, right? Relies on information provided by state and local. I can't wait till you lie in front of the judge, which you did. You lied to him, and you edited all your shit. And if I find out you didn't, okay. And if I find out you did all your shit, throw at me, you're going to federal prison. If the state record is wrong, it will appear on the FBI check. FBI check. The FBI does not try to investigate the accuracy of the underlying conviction, rather reports what is their database. If you have evidence that a felony registration is erroneous, your best course of action is to contact a criminal defense attorney to intimidate a petition for expurgement or to correct the state record. Funny, isn't that why we hire public defenders for that? Here, let's do this again to make sure you guys don't fuck up this time. See how it changes every, minute? See what they're doing, guys? I'm telling you, this FBI is doing it because they know what I'm doing. They're recording me. If you have been falsely, see how they lie? If you've been falsely accused of a felon and have video evidence providing your innocence, you cannot directly bust or arrest the FBI. However, you can use that evidence to exonerate yourself, clear your record, and potentially pursue legal action for wrongful doing. Yup. What did it just say? However, you can use that evidence to exonerate yourself, clear your record, and potentially pursue legal action. Now, how many times... you know what's sad? This is all true. You know that, right? I did three things. And the rest could have allowed video evidence, but conclusive video proof can invalidate the arrest. Okay, here's right here. The FBI does not charge people. They investigate. And the U.S. attorney makes the decision to charge. Funny. You know how many times the FBI can lie? If you have a lawyer, doesn't matter if it's a public defender, they can file a lawsuit for damages. But suing the government for false accusation is different and requires proving more than just a mistake. Okay, guys. This is all three different searches, and it says the same fucking thing. Let's do one more, shall we? Because I know what they're doing. Oh, look. Another one. Let's see if it says the same thing, guys. Watch this. See? These other information provided appears you are asking if you can legally challenge, bust the FBI or state authorities, require you to register as a felon despite having video evidence that proves your innocence and no prior criminal record. Yup. Conviction versus arrest. You must be convicted to be a felon in the United States. You are not considered a convicted felon unless a court has entered a final judgment of conviction, either a plea or a jury verdict. An arrest charge or an accusation is not a conviction. See? Registration requirements. Registration such as for sex offenses or something multiple felons is generally mandated by statute after conviction. If you haven't been convicted, if you are being forced to register within a conviction, this is like a major legal error and you should contact an attorney immediately to file a petition to correct your record. Video evidence and bust of the FBI. Video evidence is not absolute proof of innocence. While video evidence is strong, may not show the whole story. Lack of intent, self-defense, or minister the touch of events. The process of exoneration. Simply having a video does not automatically erase a conviction. You must present that as evidence in court to have the conviction vacated, overturned, or sealed. Can you bust them? I don't know. I never got that far in life, guys. I could bust law enforcement, bust the FBI. Man. If you have been falsely convicted due to misconduct by federal agents, you may have grounds for a lawsuit, such as a bias action against federal officers for violation of constitutional rights, or to file a motion to vacate conviction. However, this is complex legal work that requires specialist counsel. You know it's sad, guys? Here. Check it out. It's about 3:30 in the morning, April 15th. Boom. Now, look. I got video proof, not edited. I could show this as evidence, so let me get this, FBI. You want to tell that to your superior back in the White House? Back in the White House. Do you want to lie to him right now? I didn't say his name, but you want to lie to him back at the White House that you've been conducting so much shit on me that you have no idea what I'm capable of, that I could put FBI and law enforcement away that was ever involved in this operation. I think you might want to report back to your superior. Let's do one more final search, guys. And this is out. Oh. Uh-oh. Look at that. Another one. Here, look at this. This is the same one I looked up before. Oh man. You know what's sad? Look at that. Funny. I have an FBI number and an FBI DNA tested positive for my sex offender case, but I never got charged with attempt or sanitary rape. Can you bust you? Oh man. Uh, 1983. I just got that as another evidence. This is the same thing. You can prove the agent's durability or normally create a false record and damage your reputation. Preventing from voting, you may have a case for departure of rights. That by knowing produce false criminal information, you may have grounds for a lawsuit, which they do. Hire an attorney. Do not confront accusers. Okay, guys. Okay, guys. You're really asking for it, man. You know, that was just 3. That was like 4 searches. You know, I got evidence, right, on video, and you can't violate my constitutional rights. That's illegal. You can't just say, oh, we're not going to let him talk in court. But that's violating constitutional rights. Oh, we're going to arrest you on the spot before court. That's violating constitutional rights. Look at how much shit you're doing in less than a minute. Funny how you got to report back to that big guy in the White House. But guess what? You're done, FBI. It's game over. Game over, FBI.